time. Trash to
Hey,
cash time. How's it going?
We're live from Kevin's bungalow. I like this.
Yeah, Kevin.
I just got
noticed
worried
that
when I
bed could
got on.
fit like
I was like,
five
are these
people.
pineapples? Please, dear Lord, don't be pineapples. They're not pineapples.
The way Kevin's positioned, it looks like one mega bed that could fit like 14 people.
He looks tuckered. That didn't help. The chair blocks it perfectly. He looks tuckered is what he looks like.
He looks like he's laying in the bed.
I am a little tuckered.
Yeah, he's a little tuckered out. Yeah, that's good. Hi guys, how you doing? We're a little late, late the day after we're supposed to record, but Father's Day was yesterday.
Well, yeah,
and
you guys had to go and be fathers and know about it.
Carrie had 14 illegitimate children to visit, which is a lot. It takes a long time.
I'm 40, so what is this? The 27th in a year in a row that I've not visited.
Well, you had to go up to Utah because most of them are there, and
they're all over.
Carrie did the whole sister wives thing, but it was sister husbands.
Sister husbands. Sister husbands. Yes, that's it. That's exactly what I did.
Has anyone ever pitched that in Utah? That's got to be something.
I'm sure they pitched everything out there. Yeah. Did you see that Paige was on the Island Boys podcast?
No, I didn't see that.
1 Foot Flipper. Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I've
been hyper focused on working for the last couple of weeks, except for yesterday, where I did go to Universal Studios. So that was kind
of congrats, man! I know that sounds fun.
The problem is, so I don't know like all the science behind neurodivergence, but I know I've heard that some.
I've seen that. That's the one where they're like stuck in a. It's kind of like Hunger Games, right?
Sort of. So there's some people who are like ADHD and they hate crowds. And then there's some people who love crowds. And for some reason, I'm the love crowds, as long as they're not talking to me kind of person. Like, if I'm in a crowd, I like that. It's like there's all these things happening and 8 million things I can look at, like, constantly. Yeah. And for some reason, that gives me, like, endorphins or something. Because, like, today I was kind of, like, depressed because I didn't have all these, like, visual stimuli all around.
I get like that, too. Like, if I don't have stuff going on and I just have to sit with my thoughts, it's not fun.
Yeah, it was a bad day today. Like,
this is not a secret episode. This is
let's talk reselling. Reselling. Kevin, what did you sell on Bonanza this week?
If you want me and Carrie's deep thoughts and our emotional...
Where are you, Kevin? Sorry, I was rude. Where are you, Kevin? Are you on vacation? Well, you're on vacation.
Yeah, I am. I'm on vacation.
I wasn't asking for like your geolocation. I was just like
I'm at the beach.
Vicinity.
I'm at the beach.
Okay. Beach.
One of the Carolinas.
Kevin, I could go to the beach too. It's about 12 minutes away.
I could too.
So it's not really a vacation.
4.5 hours away.
Which beach? Oh, California.
Any of the California ones.
Yeah.
I can go
Have
to
you ever seen the Redwoods?
Yeah, I've never seen the Redwoods personally. No.
I used to travel to Northern California once a year, and we'd go through. And we didn't go up. Sometimes we went up the Pacific Coast, but
Kevin,
we
usually
go
I was asking Carrie. Kevin.
We're not asking you to retell your Oregon Trail stories or whatever the heck you used to do back in the day.
No, Kevin, we care. Was there a gorilla in the woods named Caesar?
As a matter of fact,
his name's Caesar.
You know the famous Bigfoot video with him walking that's not real? You know which one I'm talking about? That was right where I visited. Trinity,
really?
Klamath area. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
What happened to Carrie? Is he doing a little poo-poo?
I have cheese in my teeth, and I can't get it out. So
what cheese did you eat? What did you eat?
String cheese, because I really didn't have time to eat.
I thought you were in Phoenix, Carrie. You already home?
I was. I just got home last night. Yeah, that's what. So I wouldn't have been able to do yesterday anyway. I messaged somebody like, "Hey, we should meet up tomorrow." Yesterday, and then I forgot that they're a man and it's Father's Day, so they didn't want to come hang out at the card show.
Well, they
could have brought their kids.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Make some memories. Yeah, my favorite post of the week was Dawn sending her awesome haul at Deseret Industry, maybe down in Phoenix.
Yes,
she got one little tiny
Godzilla.
She got a tiny Godzilla that size. I don't even know if she's going to bring it in. It'll stay in the car forever.
The thrift stores down there, because I hear people like, "Oh, you got to thrift in Phoenix." I'm like, I've been thrifting in Phoenix. It wasn't all that good. I guess I don't know the right place.
She was. I mean, it was so hot too, and we're in that Honda at the moment. And the Honda doesn't like city travel. It's okay on the highway, but in the city, it's has trouble.
Dude, I was looking up your weather the other day, and it was like 111 degrees in Vegas.
That's terrible. I was looking at Florida, kind of getting ready, right? And I'm like, Dawn, it's 82 in like St. Augustine, near where you are.
And feels like 111.
Yeah, no, but she's like, but the humidity, and then I looked, and it even tells you on the weather app like what it feels like with humidity. Yeah, and it's like 89. It wasn't that much worse.
No, yesterday and today, pretty low humidity. Honestly, it's actually been pretty comfortable outside, but But 2 days ago, I was like, decided to work on my garage, and with humidity, it felt like 104, and I was just like drenched.
It doesn't.
In like 10 minutes, I was just dripping with sweat. It was nasty.
There's not that much humidity up in Virginia, is there, Kevin? I never noticed it that much.
In the summer,
a lot.
In the summer, it's crazy. Yeah,
it's pretty bad. Crazy. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's like North Carolina. It's only 3 hours from Raleigh, and Raleigh got
so on the East Coast. I basically can't escape humidity on the East Coast, is what you're saying.
Yes, you can. Connecticut, where my brother lives, where I grew up.
I've never met a non-douchey person from Connecticut. I've never met one person who's
true. That's
like
valid. No,
legitimately
upstate New York,
cool to talk to.
So the problem is, and I've probably talked about this at some point, but here's my take on East Coast weather. If you go all the way up to like Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New York, you get amazing summers, but you get kind of miserable, like dreary winters and stuff, and it's very cold in the winter. And then if you go to North Carolina, and like the Virginia area, I kind of hate the weather all year round because it's either too humid or too cold. And then in Florida, the summer sucks. Absolutely sucks. But at least you have a good winter.
Sure.
So that's
I did a quick search just to see who you insulted from Connecticut, but Michael Bolton's on there. So
Michael Bolton. Well,
yeah.
Let me say that Michael
Bolton's a major cinephile.
He's the one exception. The one exception. And Rakin. Him and Rakin Profit are the only two Connecticut.
That's true.
Andy Leibovitz.
Yeah, there we go. See,
Charlie
I don't like photography. Okay, I hate photography, so I don't follow.
So how's the reselling life, boys? You selling a lot?
Twain. Yeah, well, I'm not. I actually had.
This is better than baby names. Let's pick
first
states.
No sale day in a long.
Was it
time.
Today?
Yesterday.
Dude, today has been. Really
my store's been on vacation for.
This whole week. This whole week has been way down.
6 days, something like that. So, but I didn't expect much. I actually got sales after I shut my store down. That day, the next day after I shut my store down, I'm like, "What? This is so weird." I got 6 sales the next day. The store wasn't going to be open and shipping forever. This is stupid.
There's this thing that I've recently discovered. I made it up. It's like, but I think it's real. It's called the Summer Slowdown.
On
eBay.
Dude, you should do a video on that.
Yeah.
I think people would like to hear about it.
Yeah. So basically, like during the summer, there's a little bit of a slowdown, and
things go slower.
Yeah, they go slower. The summer slowdown on eBay is like a phenomenon many sellers experience where sales tend to decrease during the summer months.
What?
This can be attributed to several factors: seasonal behavior, back to school season,
what is this, Bard or ChatGPT that you're
market
reading?
Saturation.
Doesn't sound like Bard.
To mitigate the impact of the summer slowdown, you can adjust your inventory, do promotions,
That's true.
optimize your listings.
Look at this.
Or plan
Reseller
for back to school.
Information Network. That's what we should call this podcast because they're getting information from our reselling knowledge.
My sales for 20 years, for 15 years, my sales were the best in the summertime of any other season of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's what we covered that. It's because it's when you listed the most because that was when you were off school.
It's when I was teaching. So I'm just saying it's not like you can't sell anything. It was my major selling season.
Well, the only pure test would be to only sell the same type of items all the time and always list daily the same amount. And,
no doubt.
Not wear pants and that sort of stuff. You have to be very
Never seen Kevin with pants on once. Well, no, I've seen the jeans. The jeans are pretty much like wearing no pants, though,
Kevin,
if you see his jeans.
Let's get a review because I know you went and did a highway sale this weekend.
I did. I actually went one
North
day
Carolina, what's it, Route 127, 27? I can't remember. There's so many different
301.
routes. 301. How did it go? I didn't like it.
Yeah. It was. We got a little slow going because there was an accident. So we were there half an hour later than I wanted to be. But
you got to be there first, man. I've told you this.
Yeah.
And we decided we go south and then come north, and that's not the best strategy in my opinion. I think you should go in the middle and go north. Yeah. We went south and started to go and went north from there.
Where did you
started
start
near
from?
the bottom.
Smithfield?
I don't know. No.
Did you go east or west? Inquiring minds want to know.
It was like noon before we got to Smithfield going north. So there you go.
Okay. You just gave away your location, by the way.
That's not where
and that was top secret.
That's like 3 hours.
It was okay. Uncle Steve hit 2 home runs.
Oh, he did?
So there you go. I don't think I hit massive
Did
home
you pitch
runs.
run?
I mean, there was stuff to get.
Did he run it himself?
No, he bought a hand dryer. Brand new hand dryer, old school metal hand dryer. Because I've seen hand dryers before. I'm like, I don't think I'd go for that.
J-Ride flips was he doing with that?
Yeah. Kevin, you said you're in Wilmington?
No, I did not say that.
How far from Wilmington?
I'm in North Myrtle Beach right now.
Oh, that's not Wilmington at all. That's where that guy killed his wife. That was trending on TikTok, but he didn't really do it. It was all fake. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Did he do it? I don't know.
Did he do it?
Hey, you know what I did do?
Who did it?
Dave, and you'll like this. So I decided not to go back to. I decided this before we went there because my wife was going to come through Raleigh and pick me up Saturday morning and come down here. And it was farther to go that way. So anyway, long story short, I sold or I went.
I don't feel like it's going to be short, but go ahead.
Went to garage sales in Raleigh or near Raleigh.
Yeah.
And there wasn't that many.
Yeah, but weren't you north? Are you north, Cary, or where were you?
I don't even know where I'm at. Yeah, something like that.
Like Steve.
Anyway,
he could have just said there wasn't many yard sales. That would have been his whole story.
Yeah, that would have
said all the other stuff before that.
The irony is the map came out for my area, and there were more yard sales in Lynchburg and near in Roanoke, that area, than any week all year, by far, like double. I'm like, and I'm down here, and it was not a great week down there. Although we did pretty good in the last sale, especially. It was crazy. Probably took $1,000 out of one house at the very last sale of the day.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
just like out of the.
Just took it right out of there.
From the dresser drawer. And I love it, dude.
Well, I've gotten through all my easy, obvious listers from all my sourcing, and now I'm down to the crap I've been avoiding. The stuff I don't want to get to.
Dude.
But so records is a good example where I'm just like,
did you do that whatnot?
We'll talk about that. But basically, here's the thing. I'm sitting here, and it's this is supposed to be the time where I'm accumulating cash and selling as much as possible. But I'm also standing on my high horse, or sitting on it. I think I was standing on it because I'm pretty short. And I was I'm not really into doing whatnot auctions. But if I really want to sell a lot and get crap cleared out, then I need to do a 1-2 punch of whatnot and eBay. And that's what I've come to the conclusion. Because these first 2 weeks I've been listing like crazy on eBay. My sales have gone up a little bit, but it's not really like a drastic thing. It's kind of minor, right? Because that's just the way eBay is. Yes, my listings have gone up, but my sales have not skyrocketed. That's not how eBay works. So just yesterday I came to the conclusion that I now need to start doing both whatnot and eBay for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Because I want to get
He just came to this conclusion.
My goal
Have you wrote Bonanza to see if you could turn on the store?
Dude, you know what's so funny? I sold something on Bonanza. I sold something on Bonanza. I did.
You realized
I kept
3 weeks
complaining.
later?
I turned on Bonanza a month ago. I kept complaining, oh, nothing's selling. And conveniently enough, Cary, the person who buys something from me on Bonanza, you know what their last name is? Try to guess.
Cartwright.
It might be the owner of the site. Brown. Yes, literally Lorenzo Brown.
Lorenzo Brown.
Yeah, okay, Kevin.
Now we
There's
know
a lot
Kevin's,
of Lorenzos with the last name
Kevin's
Brown, buddy.
Swinger name, Lorenzo Brown.
Kevin's like, man, he's making this look really crappy. I better go order something with my Lorenzo alt.
Now we can't use that YouTube handle anymore to comment on people that are being mean to him.
I sold Jacksonvilleopoly for $30.
Weird stuff, man. It's always weird stuff.
Wild. That is weird.
Somebody Googled that,
What are the tokens for Jacksonvilleopoly? Little bongs, meth, crack pipes,
knives.
What is that? A Wacko burger?
Cinemark popcorn buckets.
Yeah,
Wacko's burgers. Yeah, it took me a minute to catch that. Yeah. No, so that's now my new thing. And so Cary, like you alluded to, I did my record auction. I've got these 3 totes of records. I have gone through a good portion of 2 of them, and I want to talk about this because this is like a what would you do situation, and it's like an update 2 years later.
What would you do? Remember that show?
So I will say this: I sold about 185 records. Cary, what do you think I brought in 185 records
after shipping?
I mean, you guys slow
$125.
What do I gotta do, Kevin?
Nothing. I'm trying to come up with some numbers to tell you something, but I'm not.
He's on his abacus. Give him a second.
I already told you, so you can't play.
I know.
That's
told you
why
before
it started.
I'm guessing $125 after fees.
Okay, I don't know the after fees. I'm just gonna say gross sales.
Gross sales 185. You got $1 per record on average.
Is $810.
That was my second guess.
800. So about $4 a record. Honestly, I'm fine.
That's
now I
not
did
bad.
throw in some bangers, as Tim would say.
Some bangers, as the kids say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I sold one that I had listed on eBay for 160. I
much
literally
you sell
took it
that
out of
for?
my listed. I got $80.
That's
Or
not bad.
60 or 80, yeah, $80 for something that was listed for 160, but it's been listed for 6 months. There was
All right,
another
Dave,
one
I got
that
it.
sells for like 75 to 100, and I sold that for 26. So some people get some steals, you know. Okay, what do you got, Kev? Go.
When I sold my records on Dibdit, I got $4.02 a record,
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
and I didn't pay all the fees.
The story was
Listen,
about
if
Dave.
I was-
The story
if I
was
was
about
Kevin-
Dave.
If I was Kevin, I would have
just
sold my
saying.
records on Dibdit
Just mess
too.
with you,
But if I had sold my records on Dibdit based on historical facts, I would have gotten 70 cents per record. Actually, I would have somehow lost money. Somehow I would have lost money on Dibdit.
Screw up shipping over there.
I
but
always do,
whatever.
every
It's
time.
So different.
Every time.
Mm.
It happens,
Anyway.
Kevin. Look at okay. So, anyways, that I thought was pretty positive.
Yeah,
and
well,
so now
it makes
it's
you
like,
feel good if nothing else, right? That's not there. It's not on your mind.
And now
How
you
many
have
records you
cold
still
hard
left?
cash, dude.
Okay, so here's the conundrum. Okay, so there's a guy.
I'm gonna Google
This story.
conundrum
Some
so
of you,
I
if you've been
understand.
following me closely, following the podcast, we've probably talked about this. He gives me a box of records like 3 years ago, 2021 probably. And he said, "Hey, can you sell these for me?" I said, "Listen, I really don't have time." I tried not to take them. I said, "Listen, I really don't have time. It's going to take me forever. Like, best case is in 6 months. I'm just too busy to sell them. I don't really like selling them on eBay. Maybe I could do an auction down the road." I don't even think I knew about whatnot at the time. But anyways, I didn't want them. But he wanted me to, like, consign them and sell the records for him. And so I take them, whatever. And I set them in my garage, and I forget about them. And then, of course, that was back when I let my cat in with my
You
inventory.
forgot about a consignment?
Yeah, wow.
No, I didn't forget about it. I told him I wasn't going to prioritize
okay.
it, so I just stopped thinking about it.
And so
Forget
did he,
about it. I
apparently.
just stopped thinking. Yeah, well, no. And so he asked me about it every now and then, and, you know, this is when I still have my day job. So Hazel goes in and she starts scratching all the records, because apparently records are just a great thing to scratch the top of. And she, like, nitpicks the top of all these record cases, and they're in much worse condition when he gave them to me. And I go in and I see that she's done this, and I go to him to the office, like, the next day. This is probably 7 months later. I hadn't done a thing with him. And I was like, "Hey, listen, my cat screwed up your records. Can I just give you like $200? It's like, yeah, that's probably what I would get for him. Maybe even more than I would get for him, $200-300, and just forget it and just move on with our lives." And he's like, "No, you can still sell them. You can still sell them." It's now 3 years after that, and I still haven't done anything with them. And so now what do I do? Because I've got this tote of records.
I have the solution.
What do I do?
Pee on them.
Okay, all right, that's so.
And then tell him that you peed on them on accident.
Well,
because it was
first of all,
dark in your.
What was the agreement? Whatever the
He wanted me to
agreement was.
list them on eBay and sell them, and then he said he'd give me, like, I don't know, not much, like a little bit.
You're gonna have to leave him at his
Well,
house in
your
the middle of the
mistake
night.
was made 4 years ago. Then
Well, okay, so this is the thing. It's like,
why'd you do that?
I think that's one of the reasons I was never motivated to do it, because I was going to get like 10% or something. So why would I
my
ever do it?
gosh.
Why would I
No,
ever do it? Because it was like
where does
nothing.
he live?
In North Carolina. And I haven't
well,
talked
that's
to
a
him in 2.5
problem, too.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I tried to give them back to him. I even brought him to the office that day. He would not take them. I showed them to him. Like, I don't want him to, let me just, you can have them back and I'll pay you, or just like, I tried really, he's like, no,
Take
no,
these
you take
back,
care.
I'll give
Like,
you
I tried,
money.
so I literally tried to give them back and give him money, and he wouldn't take them. He was like,
How
no,
did
you'll
you?
sell them eventually.
You're usually good with that kind of stuff. How did you let
No,
that
He
slide?
that
wouldn't
dude.
take it back. He wouldn't take it back.
You just leave it in front
Then
of his
you
car
say
and walk
right
off.
there. Look, I get it, because you don't like conflict, right?
Yeah. I don't want to.
I mean,
I don't
you don't
want
like
to fight him
conflict.
about it. Yeah.
Well, don't fight him. You just set him there and like, okay, listen, I'm gonna either give you $200 right here,
Yeah.
or you can have him back.
Yeah.
And there's no discussion.
That's what I should have done.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
should
mean,
have
that's
done.
what I
Because
would
now,
have done.
listen. Now here's the thing.
That's
Like
exactly
the way I'm
what I would've
offloading my
done.
records is not maximum dollars, right?
Right.
I'm wholesaling them.
Right.
I'm wholesaling
right.
my records. That's not what we agreed to. And
how
so
good-
if I
right.
wholesale his records, I don't think he's going to be happy with that.
Well, I
I'm
don't
almost
think
better
it
off
matters.
just
You've
continuing to do
tried-
nothing. He's like,
Store them in your
how
house.
healthy is
Wait
he?
till
I
he
don't know.
dies.
Exactly. Here's the thing.
Great strategy.
When you pass away
One
in
of us
a
will die. I'll
long
probably
time
die
from
first.
now, let your kids worry about it.
So my thought was to just leave them sitting
I
here.
think we should
for
let the
eternity.
viewers contribute to this. What should Dave do now?
We have
It's
viewers.
been 3 years. I talked
think
to him about
I
2
think
years
the only
ago.
thing you can do, because you try to give them back to him, you just say, "Hey, look, I this is how I sold them. This is, whatever.
I had to get rid of them. I needed this space.
So you think I should don't even ask him for permission, just sell them and be like, this is what I brought in, and just how do you want me to send you the money?
Then he'll have to deal with it because you don't have them
then
anymore.
He's going to tell you how much you got to at least like subtract all the cost. I mean, dude,
but
I don't even know what to tell you.
Do I need to get his permission to sell them on Whatnot, or can I just sell them on Whatnot? And
do you have a written contract?
No, I didn't. I haven't touched them. They're still sitting over here.
Okay. So
this is box number 4.
Yes,
this is box number 4.
Absolutely. If you haven't touched his yet, you need to contact him and say, listen,
before
here's the deal.
Do it.
Yes.
Because here's the options at this point. Either I sell them on Whatnot or they never sell. Because I'm not bringing them back to him.
Then that's what you said.
And I'm not putting them on eBay. So what are the other options? I'll give you $200.
You have to be firm with them and tell them.
Well, I think since you took them, I'd say, listen, I will ship them all back to you. Or, because it's medium, it's not that big a deal. Or I will sell them off on Whatnot.
200 records.
For half of the money. Money. Split it 50-50, and I mean that's the thing to do.
Probably like $50.
Although he knows you well, right?
Yeah.
So then, just sell him without permission and just say it's a done deal. So he expects
That's what I was thinking. What I was thinking. Just do the auction. Be like, yo, you can go watch the replay of the auction if you want. Here's the money you made. Live with it. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Just say that, man. Bread boo out, and then.
But then, like
I got
said,
another
Kevin,
option for you, but I can't let you out of the bag on it.
I now have to sell it all. I have to ship it for him. I have to pay the fees. I have to pack it up and get 10% off what?
Do you want to know what I would do? I would leave it there and never touch it or do anything with it.
That's what I've been planning on doing. Okay.
What difference does it make at this point?
Yeah. And then if he
until one day
in
you lose 4
years, in like 4 years he messages me, I'll be like, yeah, it's still right over there. I told you I wouldn't get to it anytime soon.
Give me some
want me to send you that $200 yet?
Well, why not? I mean, what kind of records are they? How good are they?
So much Neil Diamond. It's like more Neil Diamond than anyone should own. It's really a lot of Neil Diamond.
I like Neil Diamond.
It's unhealthy.
Hopefully Dawn doesn't hear this podcast, or we have to listen to that dang traveling show song again for the next year.
I do like that song.
I'm going to pop that out.
It is a good song.
This one is going to be promoted by that. Carrie, you didn't even notice the song. What is that? The blues song? I used it to promo on Instagram.
Oh, you did? See, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. David Spade. Lost
I'm
and
Blue.
Found with David Spade. You ever watch that?
No.
He sings.
Did you ever watch Tommy Boy? With David Spade and Chris Farley?
Yeah, Chris Farley, yes. Very good film.
I sold Xena Warrior Princess magazines, 30 of them.
Oh, is this from your personal stash?
Shipping. And I, unlike Rod, did not screw up the shipping 7 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, he really pulled a Dave.
Stash.
He really pulled a Dave.
He is. You know what Rod needs?
His video?
Rod needs a rod. Rod needs his own rod to help him. But he can't because he is Rod.
Am I Rod's Rod? Rod,
no,
are you Rod's Rod? Rod needs a rod.
Rod, what if Anthony Relics from the Attic was his Rod?
Dave, tomorrow I got a video coming out on Picker tomorrow, Wednesday, that somebody mentioned you in it. They saw all of us at the 100 mile, and they're like, "Oh,
I'm sure you cut that out."
Where's Dave? No, I left it in for you. That's what I was telling you. I was like, man, you can give him a big head. This lady wants to see Dave. She took a picture of me and said, where's Dave? I'm like,
yeah, Dawn got recognized in Phoenix, and they said they saw her in a Dave video. Not an American Arbitrage video, but in a Dave video.
Dude, you want to get seen? Go on a Pro Picker video. Dustin, you're killing it. You're killing it. I don't know if you've looked at Dustin, but he is killing it with his videos lately.
Good.
And they're pretty good thumbnails and titles.
It's
like
much more
to the point where Heckin' Steve basically made a dedicated video about Dustin's clickbait.
You know you made it when.
You know you made it when Heckin' Steve makes a video about you. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's why Heckin' Steve likes Dave.
Yeah, well, yeah, he really does seem to like me, which is
he does
cool.
like you.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. He's a smart guy. Maybe
just tell him
like
you're friends
with
Paul, and then he won't like you anymore.
Maybe I'm Heckin' Steve. 4D
Heckin'
chess.
Dave.
You never thought about
that. Yeah.
So yeah,
they kind of look the same.
So this was my newest thing. My newest hyper-focus thing is, what if I do like a Whatnot auction a day until I clear off these shelves? Because I freaking want these shelves to be empty more than anything. That's all I want. Is I want those 2 shelves to be empty, and they're so full still.
Just wait for me to build Dibdit. It's growing every day, and then you can come and sell over there because you're ridiculous.
Kevin,
you need to sell this.
I need to sell what? Dibdit?
You need to sell it all.
Dibdit.com.
Yeah, well, that'd be
It's
nice.
America's
I'd love
pop
that.
culture stop for selling and buying, guys.
It's not all
Dibdit.com.
pop culture stuff though. It's like glass and
it's
not.
We don't have glass on Dibdit, do we?
Yeah, no. It's stuff that is like there's some stuff mixed in there, but it's also like Christmas ornaments and
glass.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not Dibdit.
Yeah.
Selling off
sports cards.
I go on there every
day.
There's
action figures.
Stuff. What do you do?
Yeah. What?
There's swinger paraphernalia. It's all the things we care about is on Dibdit.com. It's the
my
things
point
we
is
enjoy.
my point is, Kevin, these auctions I'm running aren't necessarily Dibdit.
I understand.
They're not the right kind of items.
I got you.
But you can override what the approval process is.
I have to talk about something off air with you guys because I've got a solution for your record problem, but I can't say it yet.
Okay, nice. Something.
But me and you,
Kevin waits till the show ends to tell me.
Yeah, this is good. This is good podcast.
Kevin's got like an underground.
I got some. He's all like, I've got a way to screw everyone.
We're gonna lace the records with fentanyl.
The fentanyl trade is very good to get in right now.
No, seriously, the fentanyl thing's
something
bad,
like
guys. Be careful.
Seriously,
guys, guys,
that's where
PSA,
we draw the line.
Don't do fentanyl. Despite, don't worry about what Kevin says about it.
They're putting in the Mary Jane, Carrie. They're putting it in the Mary Jane, and people.
Oh, Kevin, do you hear that? You gotta be careful, bud.
Your little party nights, you gotta avoid that stuff.
Yeah, when you go see Kenny Loggins in concert next time, you can't be smoking a doob. Okay, you gotta listen to
my wife.
You gotta listen to Highway to the Danger Zone the way Kenny intended it, which is totally sober.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I have to do some. Gosh,
I was gonna say fully erect. I thought that would have been funny, but I
have to go back a second because I forgot my dad listens to this podcast now. I don't know
Hi, Dad.
Why, but I have to give him credit because he's like, look at these lanterns over here. You want these lanterns? And they're kind of modern, common. And I'm like, I don't really want to deal with it for the price, $15 a piece. But I still went over there to please him. I was like, I wasn't gonna just say, forget you, Dad. And that's where I found this. I found a $750 piece. Not one
piece
of those,
of what?
something else.
So you hang out with your dad, and it's still
You're
about
not
money.
gonna spoil it. I give away my videos all the time, Kevin. That's
I know you
why
do,
I fail.
Dude.
Don't.
Yeah, well, it's worth it.
It's getting turned on at the old folks' home either way, Kevin. They're not watching this.
Yeah. So I've got a pathetic sale to brag about.
Oh, okay.
Fortnite.
We did come up
llama
with this, by
plush. A Fortnite llama plush. Sold it for $3.83 plus shipping.
Nice, dude. That's good. That's take home. That's like $2.50.
$3.80.
Take home. That's like $2.50.
Yeah. No. Order earnings $2.84.
How did that happen?
Better than
Elijah listed a bunch of stuff that was in his room. And if I had noticed he had listed that, I would have been like, dude, just put it on an auction. You're gonna get $2 either way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is the point? But that's all right.
Okay.
Whatever. I never
and you
paid him
give
for
him
it.
that money.
Yeah, I
you
should, but I'm not going to. For all the work I do, I ship everything for him. I'm not even going to tell him it's sold.
Oh, see, now that's what I did. See, you got to do this too. See, I play hardball with my kids, right?
Yeah.
So my oldest boy, he's graduated, he's got a job and all that stuff, but he was listing stuff on my account, right? Mm-hmm. And there was an issue with one thing. I can't remember. I don't know if he said it was tested or something. I'm like, did you test it? And he's like, no. I was like, dude.
They call that the Philly flipper right there.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's
crazy.
Trademarked Philly flipper.
That's terrible.
Apparently the J-Ride, too. He was trying to justify all his negative feedback back on a TikTok live the other day. Now I kind of want to look at his account. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Let's look at it. Let's do a breakdown of J-Ride's account. Let's do it. He's watching. He'd appreciate it.
Most people would like to have J-Ride.
Let's see.
I'm actually now
look, if you want to sell, he's got 5,000 listings. Dude. My guess is 4,500 broken remotes is my guess.
He got him.
He's basically Rockstar Flipper West. Is what he is. The West Coast.
Cars.
He's just not listing for everybody, and he doesn't have a BMW i4 or whatever it's called.
But he did have a BM every day this week.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I didn't even get to finish my story.
We don't talk about bowel movement health enough on this.
I made Bubba.
Tux Medicated Wives. Thank you for 2 years of sponsorship.
I said, like, dude, you can't sell on my account if you're not going to, be straightforward and whatever. And so he got his own account, and he started to sell, and he started to ship his own stuff.
Is that strawberry jam?
That's a segue incident.
For everybody who's listening out there to my story, tell me I'm right.
Okay.
There you go.
What were you talking about,
that
Kev?
wasn't me and Carrie, so we will not be giving you any information.
Yeah, we were talking
Great
about.
job, Bubba. You did good, buddy.
Bubba, don't listen to your dad. You're doing good
Congrats
enough, man.
on the
That's what you do as a parent. You want to move kids to be self-sufficient.
You don't
not
want
ship
your
their
Carries
stuff.
to be living with you at 30.
If you want him to be self-sufficient, why is he selling on your eBay, man?
He's
tell him
not.
it's time.
He's not. That's the point of the story, Carrie. Even I got that much of it.
No, I thought he sold something. Oh no, this is his own
he
account.
was younger.
The finale of the story was Kevin made him get his own eBay account.
Oh,
that was
I
literally
zoned
the
out that
whole
part, yeah.
premise.
Yeah,
Actually, it was all done because I was afraid I was going to get kicked off of eBay, and I was like, "Oh, I'll sell
Again.
That's totally.
So is that
Yeah.
the key to parenting? Is fear?
EPN, dude.
Listen, the
Might get my
biggest
EPN
thing.
back.
Okay, we'll talk about your PN or what your EPN.
Is that slang for?
But Kevin, getting banned on eBay for you is not a big deal. You just call your friend.
Exactly.
eBay.
Who's the CFO? That's your buddy, Ray Mysterio.
Hey,
the one you're about to tell us that got you unbanned from EPN. Go. How's EPN doing, Kev?
Actually, my one acquaintance over there.
I want to get
actually have
unbanned
a
from
couple now.
EPN. Can you help me out? Jeez.
He retired, so I was like, "Oh, I'm screwed."
That's not
No,
good.
I didn't do anything. I shouldn't even say this, but I will because it's the truth, and that's what we do. We list stuff and say it's untested. Anyway, guy sent me a message, works for eBay. He's like, "Hey, I think if you sent them a message, even though they said it was permanent, they would probably reset that 14-day thing and let you fix your links and whatever." I'm like, "Oh, I'll give it a shot." And I did. And I got a message like 3 days later, like, "Here's what's wrong with this thing. You need to fix these things and reapply." So I did it. So maybe it'll work.
Well, that's good. I bet it will because they, they let me fix my stuff and they didn't ban me. So you'll probably.
There you go. So they're just like scaring you.
Yeah, but like I still sometimes screw up and forget to like disclose it, so I have to be very careful.
I don't buy it. I don't think you really do that. I think you're much more on top.
You know
of
what
it
it was, Dave? You know what it was?
Right.
Not that anybody cares about this. I used my kids had a homeschool hustlers account, and that's what I used for that EPN link. And they have a homeschool hustlers YouTube channel that we haven't posted on in years. It was a link in there.
Oh.
And there was 2 links on my commonwealthpicker.com, and one of them was just like, here's our store. And the other one was in the affiliate link section. So it was the one that was just a link to the store that was lower down on the page. Those were the 2 issues. Like, there you go.
Okay. That's,
know.
guys, be careful with your EPN links. Such relatable content.
Carrie, how was
Super.
Phoenix Card Show?
Dude, it was dude, Honky Tonk Man was there.
No.
Did I tell you this, Kevin? Dude, he
Sweet.
looks exactly like he
does,
looked in the 80s, except he looks like 70 years older. But he looks kind of like he looks like Mel Gibson in The Patriot. Like he's got the dyed hair with the ponytail. He looks like he. But no, it was cool, man. It was cool.
Like
I was
great uncle.
I was walking around. I did feel sorry for him. He had a very small table, but he did have a few people come up and hang out and buy autographs. I would have bought one, but they were too expensive. You can get them cheaper on eBay.
How much?
Like on a card, $30, and you can get them on eBay right now for less.
Like
with
on a card, like on his card. Like what if you
like on a
him to
card you
autograph,
bring.
like
I
something
think
that you had.
I swear I was glancing and I didn't have my glasses on, but it looked like it was like 100. It was way too much. So I think it probably wasn't that much, but it was way too much. Like if it was $20, I would have paid him 20 for an autograph, and then I would have paid him another 20 to say some sort of trash talk to you. That's what I wanted. I should have done that. I'm like, can you just tell Kevin where to put it? You know what I mean?
Where should he put? So do you have a big sale you're proud of, Carrie?
No.
How did your auction go? You just finished a whatnot.
No,
Dude,
I have what I'm proud of.
No, I sold a Brittany Griner jersey, WNBA jersey, for $25.
So you're not proud of that.
It's mostly cards.
You just got that raid from the ADH Dave record show.
You
that
did.
must have converted real well.
No, this is like one of my goals. Whatnot is a focus for money with me a lot, and I grossed over 1,000 in today's auction, which has been a while.
Holy cow! How long did you go?
I went for just 2 hours, so I'm basically putting higher quality stuff in, and it's working.
1,000 in 2 hours is awesome.
So, I mean, I'm doing pretty good. So I'm working on that. I'm still, I was a little nervous because it's a risk, because it's a lot of money. I had to invest a bit, but we'll see.
let's break it down. We're a reselling podcast. How much money did you spend on that inventory?
Well, I spent about 1,000, but I have stacks. No, guys, let me finish. No, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I said how much
my
did
goal,
you have in that auction?
Not all of the inventory, obviously. That wouldn't make any sense. So what happens is I've already listed some. So, for example, three of the cards that I listed on eBay were almost 200 just for 3. So that's about, give or take, break even. And then this right here would be the profit. Whether it goes on eBay or whatnot, we'll see. So that's kind of the goal.
Hold on.
And this is a lot of the better stuff, the more obscure stuff. So
you just said 3 of the 2 cards, or 3 of the cards listed for 200 each, right?
No, he didn't
total.
say each.
200. So how is that break even to 1,000?
Because he's already.
I made 833 on my auction, and then that's roughly 1,000 after fee. It's not quite.
I thought you meant that the 3 cards broke you even, and then whatnot.
But you also have to factor in this. Like, I spent a couple $100 on packs and boxes for me to open on whatnot, which will make me thousands probably in TikTok content money wise. So no, I'm being serious. Like, it probably will make me over 1,000. So, I mean, I should come out, hopefully.
That's how Dave justifies his buys all the time.
But, I mean, and then I got stuff, and then what happens is, like, we'll pull stuff. Like, a lot of this will end up going on whatnot eventually, and we'll just go with the flow.
Your 833 plus those 3 cards is your break even. Everything else is profit.
Got it.
Pretty much.
But you have more cards, a bunch more cards to do another auction.
Yeah. I could do more. I could do another auction. Some will go on eBay, some, and then obviously the content, because about 200 of the 1,000 I spent went to packs and stuff for me to open on the channel. So,
gotcha.
So that's like a different expense, but it's pretty cool, man. I mean, I love going to the card shows and then meeting with people. And
did you make a video for your long form channel too? Then
I got to edit it. Yeah, it's a lot of GoPro footage. I need to get better at editing on my computer. It would be so much quicker. But I just am more comfortable on my phone. I have to transfer everything, and I'm constantly having to delete stuff because it says my phone's full. This is content creating problems for phone users.
Yeah, for real.
Dave, I had a $9.95 sale, which I'm trying not to list those things, but I just assumed it was that much. Have you ever done that? Yeah. And so I looked it up and did all the comps. I'm like, I'm already here. I'm not going to not list it.
That's a struggle. And that's even more of a struggle when you take pictures on your camera and you bring it over to the computer and you already have the photo.
I thought it was so much
there.
I thought it was so much quicker because you changed your ways. That is
quicker, but the only problem is when you run into like a $10 item, because then you're like, I don't want to list a $10 item, but it's literally already in its spot. I've got the pictures. Like, do I just list it at that point?
And I usually do all that beforehand, but I make a lot of it's just by experience. You're hearing like, this is good, and then I just like, that's got to be a $15 item, and I didn't comp it because there's no sense in doing that.
You could just do what Kevin does, which is even if it's not a $15 item, you put it at $15 because the people will pay. They'll pay.
Geez.
Because Kevin will write a little note. He'll kiss the envelope or something.
He's like, the comp doesn't justify this, but my channel does.
Listen,
exactly.
I'll tell you
$2 Tupperware lid, 15.
I don't care.
Kevin says suckers like 30 times every day when he looks.
That is
dude. Yeah, every cell he just sends us. He says suckers.
Here's the truth. Here's the truth of the matter. I could do that with some things. There's a lot of things I get people ask me about, and before I list them, I put it at a good comp, and I know a viewer's going to buy it. And I can't justify jacking that price up knowing immediately somebody's gonna buy it. Anyway, but one thing that people that they underestimate when they say, oh, somebody sells stuff for this much, it's way more. Paige did that video. No offense, Paige. I understand doing that video. It was
but take so offensive when you say stuff. M&M cover.
No, he's like, what did he call it? The Commonwealth Picker tax.
That's one of my favorite. Yeah, that's one of my favorite moments ever. Like was when Paige did the M&M rap, and Kevin has no idea what Stan is, and he just thought it was like a psychotic rap about him, but he doesn't know
what it is.
You don't know Stan from M&M? Come on, that's classic, dude. You're not that old, are you?
I was graduated from college when that stuff was. Dude. My wife's like, "Oh, Eminem's coming out with a new album." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
You were so old, man. Oh, it's just
me and Carrie have listened to Houdini like 30 times over here.
Yeah, Houdini. That's all we listen to. We're like,
Abra,
cadabra.
See now,
that's an original line from that.
Oh yeah, and grab you.
Was that a Houdini? Who sang Abracadabra? Wasn't it Houdini, like the guy?
I think it was Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
No,
Herb. I love
Abracadabra.
That's Kevin's
Steve
era.
Miller Band. I get that's who it was. I bet you anything.
Oh, Steve Miller. Yeah. Fly.
That was
like
the album that nobody listened to. Abra.
Okay, so Carrie and Kevin, I sold my fox, my giant plush fox.
Did you?
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah. A viewer's been messaging
Spider-Man
me
behind Carrie.
Yeah, a viewer's been messaging me about it forever.
I got to get rid of it before we move, though.
And finally, I gave in and listed it, and I paid $175 plus shipping. It cost $75 to ship to Texas. The thing was huge. I had to get a wardrobe box from.
But they have a one-of-a-kind ADHD memorabilia.
They do. $250. Yeah. Dude, honestly, I think it was probably like. I guarantee when that was sitting at FAO Schwartz, it was like an $800-900 item.
Do you miss it, Dave?
At the front door.
Do you miss it?
I miss it sometimes, but I also don't miss tripping over it. There's, positives and negatives. At least I'm not tripping over it anymore.
Scaring people when they walk into your room. I tried to sell a piece of my. I moved a dresser into a different spot in my cabin, and I took down a painting that's been up there since I started the show in the cabin. And I tried to put it on Whatnot, and my wife would not let me sell it. And people were like, "When are you going to run the picture? When are you going to run the?" She's like, "You're not selling the picture." I'm like, "People want it because it was in the cabin." Wouldn't let me sell it. I was like, "Okay."
Wow, how rude, Heather. How rude.
Yeah.
So
what
is? So
it was
you got
given
two,
us by the people
like
who
two
introduced
queen beds.
us.
Two queen beds. So
what do you care?
Well, I'm just curious about the swinging situation.
It's like
listen, this is the question.
They could hop from bed to bed.
You and the other guy's wife in one bed, or is it you and Heather sleep in one bed and then the guy and his wife sleep in the other, and then there's like activity
I'm not
going to
comment
back
on
to your
any
beds?
of this.
I'm
the
just curious how it works.
The swings are just off camera, which is
This
interesting.
could be Turner and Reagan's room.
Swingers don't actually have to use swings either. That's just like
That's true.
That's
true. That is. I'm sorry to the swinger community for making that mistake.
In-laws are next door, for goodness' sake.
Well,
They probably wonder
that's
what
why
the
you got to be
heck
quiet.
what is he talking about over there?
Do you have a good sale? Carrie's was $25. It was a shirt
I do.
from the WNBA.
I got a good sale.
It's a shirt. It's a jersey, man. Shut up. I got cards, but you guys don't respect card sales.
I respect cards that sell for over $25.
I sold a card for $25 just yesterday.
Well, so you didn't quite make it. Close, though. Try next week.
No, wait. Let me finish. I'll keep looking. You guys go. I got something more than 25, maybe.
HAIER, a bad name TV, and 13-inch TV, but it had the remote. It was in the box. It was brand new. I sold it for $200. Sold a couple of those speakers for $200. I got a good one this week. I got to give. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just interrupted you because I'm rude. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
You are rude. I'm really upset. But
no, I sold a True West Rockmount Ranchwear men's diamond pearl snap shirt for $40. You can suck it.
Wow.
40 pearl snaps.
I'll be right back.
Pearl snapped. Hey, I said, oh, Dave's gone. This is glorious.
I'm
not
back. Gone. Carrie told me to do something.
That was a joke. I see.
Yeah, okay. Dave's doing a bit, guys.
Do you remember being down at in Georgia?
Yeah,
and we were
it wasn't very long ago.
And Mike brought over. He went up to the. I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm tired. And he walked up to get a drink or something somewhere, and he came back with a giant wooden ski. I don't know if you ever remember that.
No.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you pick this up on a video. You want it?" I'm like, "Sure. How much you want for it?" He's like, "I don't know. Whatever he paid for it." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "You realize this thing is really, really nice, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah, it looks nice." I'm like, "Not only is it nice, it's in perfect condition." I said, "I'm going to get $200 for this thing." He's like, "Take it." I was like, "Okay." Sold for $200. A giant wooden El Diablo Cypress Gardens wood ski.
How long?
Long, like a full-length ski.
Just one, though? Don't people... Or is it for just 1 foot flipper when he goes skiing?
It's the one. I should have put that in the description.
He still uses
That's how
two.
He got to the island, Carrie. How do you think he got to Reseller Island? He used that ski.
I know.
I could have probably got $400 for it.
Dude, it looks like...
I'm just saying, with Paige and J-Ride...
So was that just like your fan tax that you got $200 for it?
No, that's what the point I was trying to get to. Condition and titling makes a huge difference. This sucker was in perfect. I've never seen one this good before. Oh, find mine.
Grooved wood?
Find my comp.
That's grooved wood.
That's what it looks like, though, right?
Yeah. No, not exactly. El Diablo Cypress Gardens wood ski. Look that up. See if you can find mine. Anyway,
this is entertaining audio content.
Here's why they buy one. Nobody uses them to ski anymore. They're for decoration. And so the better condition makes a huge difference. And this one had perfect graphics on it. And I knew it would take a while, but I was going to get top dollar.
And what did you pay him for?
Buyer. I don't even know what he paid. I think he bought that and two other smaller, like $20 or something. Shout out Mike, Death Pile Picker. Go sub to his channel that he doesn't put anything on. Hope you're doing well, bud.
Yeah, is he still not putting stuff on there?
Well, he gave me credit. He's like, hey, I've seen you sell these things. You think Mike's going to sell that thing? You think Death Pile Picker's going to sell that thing?
I don't know.
He's going to go in his death pile.
He's a death pile picker. He's just going to have it.
That's not his. That's not what he's here for. He's here to accumulate till we can go buy it for pennies on the dollar.
Carrie, you don't remember this, Carrie, but I said this to. Actually, it was Dawn. Dawn was with me. Dawn came over. We were at a sale, 127 sale 2 years ago, and you guys were looking through the back of a trailer. And Dawn found some cool stuff, an ET thing, if I remember. And she came over to me because I was looking at a ski up against the car. And she laughed. She's like, "It's $50." The guy wanted $50 for it, and I said, "Listen, this is in bad shape, but these things can go for hundreds if they're in good shape." She's like, "Huh? See, you should learn. You should just follow me around."
I should learn. Yeah, I should follow you around. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, it would be boring, but I could do that. No, I can learn a lot. Yes, but you can learn a lot from me about minor stuff that sells for very little money.
That's very true.
Did you guys hear the news? Did you hear the news? That's like 6 months old, that eBay will be laying people off in January.
eBay?
We're a news
promoting
podcast
listings
now.
on eBay
6 month late news podcast.
Did you hear the Mercari news? The recent, because that was eBay did that forever ago. Did you hear the Mercari news about layoffs?
Tell me.
Look it up. Mercari's laying off people.
You could just tell me, like, why can't?
Maybe if they built a,
maybe
if they built a website where it was possible to make a sale, they would have people. They would be able to employ their people. Man, I put stuff in there and nothing ever sells.
Yeah, it sells.
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
1 week ago, someone posted on Reddit, "Hello, I'm an ex-employee of Mercari, and today my ex-coworkers told me they were laid off. Guess Mercari has not been doing well since the fee changes," is what Reddit says.
See, that's not true. That's not true.
Did you know that there's wholesale pallet scams going on, guys?
My friend works there and said 45%
resellers were lied to. I'm just reading titles from Rockstar Flipper videos. Wait,
listen,
hold up.
Carrie,
Mercari reverses huge mistakes.
It says my friend works there and said 45% of Mercari's employees were laid off today.
Oh, there you go. I just gave you content suggestion, Dave. I was going to wait 2 weeks to do it.
It's just some dude on Reddit. It's just some dude on Reddit.
It's legit. What's his name?
Well, you know Reddit.
His name is deleted. His name is deleted. It just says deleted.
We should look up.
I trust it.
Live on the show some Reddit threads about how awful Dave is, or me, or Carrie.
We should go. Guys, I'm hardly even mentioned, but Dave, man. Oh my gosh, Reddit and Dave and Kevin
hate
too.
Me over there too.
Mercari has recently announced layoffs as part of its efforts to reorganize and reduce costs amid financial challenges. The company is cutting 20% of its U.S.-based workforce, which impacts 130 people. So they don't have that many employees to begin with.
Yeah,
seriously. Wow, that's
of their workforce.
Is that U.S. operations?
U.S. Yeah.
Okay, because they're a lot bigger in Japan.
At least one person will get hired by Bonanza out of that group, and then they'll have 3 employees.
Yes, well, listen, bananas.
I would say that commentary can't possibly be right. They're not doing this because of their decision to change the fee structure. That was a decision that was a radical decision. Nobody expected that. It came out of the blue. So that told me that either their whole trajectory and their thought process changed, or they're in trouble. And I think that was the case.
Well, listen, my sales are markedly down since the fee change. I mean, that's exactly what we said.
It's not what we said. I said that you. Oh my gosh, Dave! You said it was a great idea.
I said we'll wait and see.
Well, yeah. After I argued with you.
Yeah. I said we'll wait and see. So no, listen.
Yeah, you changed Dave's mind. You're a persuasive person.
Great job, Kevin. No, what I had said
somebody go pull this video up. What I had said, about this,
I don't remember what we said on the podcast. I remember in my channel I said we'll see what happens. I said multiple times we'll see what happens because I don't know. I don't know what will happen, but I don't know.
You should go back and watch your own video. You said that because I argued against you in the podcast.
What did he say?
Is it my internet?
I think it's
bad
his
or
internet.
his?
No,
is it mine?
Yeah. It was actually perfectly timed too.
It's probably good.
Yeah, I think you were getting.
I regret saying what I said.
Get it closer. People want to see a close shot.
Show the lack of pants.
I know this.
Show the lack of pants.
I feel like I'm in. Don would appreciate this, Care. I feel like I'm in the Golden Girls right now.
Kevin, I was talking. I don't know if it was on the podcast or if it was on my Flipper video recently, but I had some credit I had to use in Mercari. It was like $30 in credit, and when I went to go try to spend it, I found a $60 item. I'm like, okay, I only have to pay $30. It was a lounge fly, of course. I was like, oh, I only got to pay $30 for this item. After all the additional fees, it was still $60. And I was like, well, this sucks. I'm not buying that.
That's what I said on the podcast. I'm like, people are gonna get to the checkout.
What I've been saying for a while is like, if they're gonna do this, it needs to be like Airbnb, where they show all those fees all wrapped up, and on the front page it needs to say instead of $60. Right on the front page, it says 60, 90 with fees. You know, and that way people know what the actual price is.
I guess I can't say you could tell it was a desperation move, but you knew something drastic, either a total change of thought process or they were hurting over here. I've even heard people say you better go get your money out of Mercari right now. Like, you better get it out because it could disappear and you don't have that money.
Do I have
a little rush on Mercari? That would kill them right there. They're making money on that money that everybody's got sitting over there because they don't want to pay the 2% fee.
That's true. I have been letting it sit longer. Like, my last withdrawal from there was like $600.
See, I've never understood people being upset about a 2% fee. I don't get it. Like, when I transfer from PayPal, I always just pay the $3 or 3% to instant transfer. I don't care.
I don't do that because I'm not in that much of a rush for the money. Like, do you
I
actually
need the cash now?
No, I bet you don't. I bet you don't need the cash now. You just like
but
the
I
instant
want it
gratification.
now.
But you could totally wait for 2 days and have $3 extra.
But then I don't have it now. You understand what I'm saying, though, Dave? Like, if I did that, then I wouldn't have it now.
Harry, but you already have some other money you can use now.
No, but I want that money now.
Some would say it's like you haven't even used that money, even though 3 days have passed.
No,
because
but
you used
this is the point you're not understanding. I have plenty of money. I'm good. But I want that money also, but I want it now.
But just wait.
No, I could do that. Listen, you're right, dude, but I would like it right now, though.
I don't mind a flat rate of a few dollars, but when it's like you'll be charged 2% or 1%, that's when I'm like, nah, I don't like that.
Like
PayPal's like $20, $30.
PayPal's like $25 max, and sometimes I'm having to transfer like TikTok money, and that's like $2,000 or something. So
it's
like,
costing
I'll pay
you $25.
Yeah, but that's not real money.
But if you just wait 2 days, it's free.
Yes, but
you don't have the money now.
I don't have the money right now.
That's true.
Carrie, how many times in your life have you gone to an ATM machine, like, and taken out a little bit of money, and then went back later that day and took out a little bit more because you didn't want? I mean,
many times.
Yeah, just take it.
That happened to us
I'm
at
keeping
the
them in
Georgia
business.
sale. It cost us like 45 minutes in Georgia to go get them more money from the bank, and I'm like, we had to go all the way back into town.
I know we're cheap, but we're also hurting ourselves. I get
it. Carrie also doesn't ever fill his gas tank, right? He puts $8.
No, I've gotten better. I fill it up like half the time now, but still sometimes $10 is enough usually for me.
Yeah.
Hey, it used to be $5, but that's not enough anymore.
See, you just got to get some anxiety that the world is like going to end and we're going to run out of gas. Then you'll be like me and be like, oh, it needs to be full at all times. It's always.
I figure if the world ends, we could stay in Kevin's bunker. I think he'd let us.
My wife does that. She'll drive a car too. It's like, oh, it's all right. We got enough to get to town. I'm like, it's like
you could drive a good. Trust me, I know this from my college days. You can drive a good 30 to 40 miles on E. Easy.
That's true.
Josh drives me nuts. I'm like, just put the freaking gas in the car,
dude. It's that anxiety of not knowing if you're gonna make it that sometimes makes you feel alive, Kevin.
I'm like coasting. I'm like, thank goodness it's like downhill to Bedford because I'm like, we're not making it. We're not doing it. Wake up in the morning and need gas.
So, yeah, if you run out of gas in the country roads, you got to wait for the Banjo Boys to come and bring you some gas, and I wouldn't trust that.
Kevin, I saw a thing. It was something Vanilla Ice was talking about.
Now, see, I know Vanilla Ice.
I love it. What's Vanilla Ice talking about nowadays?
Yes, his real estate.
What about MC Hammer? What's he up to?
Have you heard about his real estate stuff, Carrie? So Kevin already knows.
Yeah, no, he's doing that.
But he's got skills that I don't.
No. Hold on.
He like can build stuff. Yeah.
Hold on. This is his real estate thing you may not know, but he's adamantly convinced, and it's probably true, that if you were to bury a family member in your yard, it then becomes something you never need to pay property tax on again. and the liens on your property go away.
Interesting.
Okay.
Because then it's a memorial site and it's now a non-taxable property.
Wow. See, this is what we need to be talking about. Financial
That's legit.
stuff. I love
First
it.
of all, there can't be
it.
many counties left in this country that allow you to do that.
Well, you've got all those bodies under your shit.
Yeah.
Typically, people burying.
Typically, people burying people in their yard aren't looking for permission. They're just doing it.
Carrie, I finally took it to serial killer level.
Yes, we made it. He's a serial killer. Final boss.
Carrie will appreciate this. And, like, growing up in California, if somebody passes away, it's like, okay, you know, it's like a week, 10 days, 15, a month before there's a service, right? Not out here. And everybody gets buried in a cemetery out west, right? It's like massive cemetery.
Yeah, but that's big cemetery. It's a scam.
Yeah, I don't trust big cemetery at all.
Like,
I don't trust them.
300 yards from my house, there's a cemetery, a little one, a little cemetery, right? There's cemeteries everywhere out here, everywhere, old ones. You know, every church has a cemetery, all these places, but you just didn't see that stuff out west.
Anywhere's a cemetery. Anywhere's a cemetery if you just leave a body there.
I think,
just for the record,
Vanilla Ice might be wrong, but I hope he's not. You know, because he was talking about how Elvis doesn't have to pay property tax on the Elvis.
He doesn't have to pay any taxes
because
anymore.
He's buried there. You know, his estate doesn't have to pay the property tax. Kevin, I'm just saying, you're always looking for ways to not pay taxes.
I mean, I'll look into it, Dave.
Look into burying,
somebody.
Pops. You know, he's listening.
Could you imagine, what do you think? People in 100 years, like find Kevin's channel and then they like he becomes a star and they go visit his cabin and stuff.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is the Commonwealth.
They'll be like, I swear I watched an old episode where he said everybody was going to get a brick in his new cabin and it's just a picture with everybody's name on it.
God,
that was a great boss.
Imagine if we actually got what we paid for. Like, I thought I was going to have this huge brick in his cabin and I just got nothing.
Dave, I'm gonna go in there on the next video. Your name is
class action lawsuit, buddy.
I never said brick. I can't help you don't listen.
Better call Saul.
I can't help you don't listen.
I did watch a few episodes of Better Call Saul, and I got.
Do you like it? It's more mellow. It's more litigious.
Hey, you ever watch Starsky and Hutch? I sold a Starsky and Hutch puzzle for $24.95.
Oh wow. It's a pop culture reference everybody in your group will get.
Well, you probably remember the movie.
I do remember. Yeah, I know who Starsky is. I miss Hutch is
Starsky.
Yeah, Starsky. He always drives around with that Hutch in his back of his Camino.
Sold a Guess sweatshirt for $40 plus shipping.
Wow.
An old Guess, vintage Guess sweatshirt.
Nice.
I am really interested in that, Kevin.
I like that. Tell us more, Kevin. What was the material?
Have you ever got somebody send you a question about who's in a yearbook?
No.
No? You know, did you ever sell yearbooks?
No.
Well, when you sell yearbooks, people will send you a message like,
memories, Kevin.
my uncle's in
memories.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have a line somewhere, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
But I had this person asking me literally for like a year about this, and I was never at home, or I never wanted to go down and look, so I just ignore it. And I was like, I'm so sick of this person. I'm going to go down and answer the question. And they were in there, and it sold.
Wow.
Good job.
Thank you, Jess.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Jess.
Jess made me.
Thank you, Jess. Jess, good job.
Dave, what are this? I thought last one was the worst episode ever, and people loved it.
I'm giving you room.
We're letting you speak. People say we're mean to you.
We're gonna see if it makes the show.
We're gonna see if it's a listenable podcast if we give you time.
Vintage Sport Flips. Thanks a lot for mentioning my channel, guys. Vintage Sport Flips. The raid trains over on Dividend are a blast, both from a selling and buying perspective. He's going to go live on his channel on Dividend.
I can't go live on Dividend. I use Android. But once they get an Android app, I'm totally down.
Why did you do Android again?
Call your...
troll,
seriously.
Kevin?
Seriously. I hate...
Because
Dave's like, I'm doing Android, and you have to change everything you do on your phone.
Yeah, now we got to go on WhatsApp. I don't even... Yeah.
Although I kind of like WhatsApp. It's not bad.
WhatsApp's great, yeah. You know what's the best part is, like, it was kind of a power move. Like, I'm like, I wonder if I can get all these people to get on WhatsApp, and everyone
You didn't even ask. You just did it.
Yeah, everyone just like, yes, I will do it. And I was like, this is great. This is good.
I actually don't mind it. If I would have hated it, I would have been
no,
like,
WhatsApp's pretty nice.
But
dude.
it's not bad. I got to give you
And you can now send your little folksy videos to Death Pile Picker now that you figured out that works. He's very excited about the fact that I got you to get WhatsApp. So, but they actually might at some point add RCS to iPhone, in which case you may not need it. But we'll see what happens. They may or may
whatever that means.
Call your storage unit
messaging
channel 2 idiots and a broad. Oh wait, yeah, that's right.
2 idiots and a broad.
Okay.
Broad, yeah, broad. I like that. Yeah,
that is
Carver
geometrically correct.
Listen, I'm just like I'm cooking famous now, so I just
he is. He's
what's
he's
going
blowing up. Robot Kitchen is going.
I finally
nuclear.
had a video do more than 2,000 views, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's
dead
dead now. It's dead now. 15,000.
Nice.
Dude,
it was cool.
That must have got.
What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
If you get noticed in a Publix, are you going to pass out? You're like, are you buying food too?
That would be
amazing.
You'd be
like, yeah, I am.
No,
for my channel.
So I have
think
a very
it's
like
the Funko
divisive.
Pop that did it.
I have a divisive cooking channel because it's very different. All the cooking channels are very like clean and perfect and highly produced, but I'm kind of leaning into this belief I have that underproduced content is going to be the future. We've talked about
that's what I'm doing with cards.
Yeah,
honestly,
we've talked about
seriously
this because there's so many overproduced cooking channels like Binging with Babish.
People want authenticity,
like
Kevin. You hear that?
Amazing things that they can't cook and crazy camera angles and all this stuff. And so I'm like really leaning into being like one of those people in the cooking space that's like relatable and not that great, not well produced, but just like you in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But it's
because
some people come in, right? Some people come in and they're like, dude, you should totally cook your recipes before doing this so you're not messing up the whole time. I was like, but don't you mess up when you cook?
You're also getting all the people that have Al Borland fetishes, too. You're getting that whole crew of people who like cooking and Al Borland.
But then every now and then I get those comments like, wow, this is like exactly like when I cook. It really made me feel good about how I cook. And I think that's kind of a niche. It may not be as big of a niche as like the fancy cooks,
right, but
I think
an
there's
audience
something
for everybody, man.
Yeah, I think there's something there for it. So
I agree.
It was cool,
plus it's on brand, Dave.
Yeah, and on Granny.
On Granny.
Yeah, on Granny, indeed.
It's been the channel's been pretty meh for a long time, so it was nice to see one video do really good.
I'm glad I didn't have to say it. So yeah.
I forgot about this part of the last episode. Dan Jones says, he puts in quotes. Lots of people like to use our quotes. We gave him a mic, and he won't give it back. That was Dave to Carrie talking about cars.
He wouldn't stop talking about the cars.
This is Carrie. Here's another quote. There's lots of quotes in this one.
Yeah,
this
people,
one is a
like I'm
quote
saying.
right here. Miss Fallon says, that was aggressive, not passive.
It was, dude. You really have a problem with Grams, and it was good to. It was actually freeing for you to express
it. I got
it.
a quote too. Brian Sanderson. Brian Sanderson said,
Brian
I
Sanderson.
love the line.
He's related to the Sanderson
no
sisters.
way.
Hocus Pocus. Yeah, Hocus Pocus.
Sorry, what
you know what Hocus Pocus means, Carrie? Can I give you a Latin lesson?
Oh,
let's do it. What does it mean?
Yes,
I want to hear.
I want to hear. Hoppus corpus meus. Means this is my body. It's what Jesus said when he gave the.
So he said Hocus Pocus? He said what?
No, he said Hoppus corpus meus. That's Latin for.
What does that have to do with Hocus Pocus?
Because the early Christian, the Catholic Church, they believed that when you took the blood in that it literally became the blood and body.
What is happening?
The blood and the flesh of Christ.
Can we make this a short?
They thought it was
the worst 60 seconds of my life.
All right, let me start over.
The butt blood.
Hocus Pocus, this is my body. They thought it literally became the flesh and blood of Christ once you took it. So it was mystical, it was magical, it was Hocus Pocus.
But where did the pocus come? I get the hocus part.
It's a shortening of Hoppus corpus meus. Forget it.
Kevin,
I try.
There's no P word in that.
Can I ask you a question? Back when you were a kid,
I get it. I'm just.
Who was your childhood crush? Famous person.
I'm assuming a woman you're talking about.
My guess is Annie Oakley. That's my guess. My guess is Annie Oakley.
Whatever you like.
I can't say this. My wife will tease me about it forever.
No,
when I was a child,
when you were 13, how about?
13.
She's
teenage.
The girl. The tall
Carlisle.
girl. The tall girl on Alf.
Tall girl on Alf. You don't even know her name.
With the braces.
It's a heck of a crush.
I just looked it up. It's Fran Bennett.
There you go.
Fran Bennett. Yeah, that's from his era. Fran.
She wasn't even all that. It's like everybody like Winnie Cooper. It's like Winnie Cooper.
Wait.
How about you, Dave?
I'm still trying to figure out who you liked because Fran Bennett, I don't think was the one.
You just made that up.
No, she's on the show, but she's like a 40-year-old when it was on.
Oh, that's probably
Andrea
the mom.
Elson. Probably
There
Andrea
it is. That's
Elson.
the name.
Lynn Tanner.
That's the name. There you go, Lynn.
Yeah,
Tanner.
okay.
Lynn Tanner.
Lynn. There you
Wow.
go.
Danny Tanner's sister.
Jeez. Okay, I see. Oh, dude,
She's
she's
way
got that
too tall
80s
for
hair. She's got that 80s hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me show the people.
Let's see.
Carrie, who do you got?
People.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
interested. I want to see.
I'd go like Topanga, probably.
That's her, right?
Topanga. That sounds too old.
Dude, that is very
her.
80s.
That was her. Well,
that kind of looks like Kevin
older.
a little
she
bit.
Looked like that on the show, for goodness sake.
Yeah. So you like?
I'd go Topanga, probably.
Well, who is
maybe Stephanie Tanner. Topanga or Stephanie, maybe one of those two.
Stephanie Tanner?
Well,
oh, from Full House.
Full House.
Kelly Kapowski.
Well, Kelly Kapowski,
okay.
yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
So, see, I never liked Topanga. I don't know why. I wasn't into Topanga.
Well,
I liked
you were like
Silverstone. Alicia Silverstone,
the
girl from.
I was a little too old for that. You know what she was in? There you go.
Yeah.
She was in. Speaking of Winnie Cooper, or I think the first show she was ever in was Wonder
There's your
Years.
Topanga. Yeah, well, Winnie.
my
Wait, you said
childhood
Winnie
right there.
Cooper?
Winnie Cooper,
Wait,
yeah.
she was in Wonder Years? But that's not
Yeah.
Alicia
Yeah, dude.
Silverstone.
No, but Alicia Silverstone was in the Wonder Years for one episode.
See, I liked
She
Winnie
was
Cooper
the
better than
crush of
Topanga.
Kevin.
This is the dumbest segment we've ever done.
No, we've done dumber. In fact, we have done dumber. Maybe even in this episode.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Do you remember when he was trying to tell us about Hocus Pocus? That was pretty stupid.
I like
really
word
bad.
etymology, and
I like horticulture too, or whatever the heck you're talking about.
Yeah. So,
Well,
Carrie,
all right.
what have you been doing different this summer with your reselling? This is a question.
Well, I mean, I've been
from
focusing
One
on
Foot
my
Flipper.
summer bod, first off. I'm trying to get that ready.
Hey, I haven't had a soda in 2 days. Just
I
saying.
think I need to quit soda too, Kevin, because I think like I'm getting stomach aches when I drink soda. I don't know what's going on, but it's like hurting my stomach, so I might have to quit. Maybe we should quit together. How about? And I thought
take
of
up
it first.
smoking. I hear that helps to
Add
reduce
cigarettes?
weight
Okay.
loss.
It's not even for weight loss. It's just hurting my stomach. Sometimes you just gotta stop.
Oh,
drinking
like
soda.
summer. What do you mean, like summer? Like a goal for like business stuff?
Yeah. Like, what's your goal?
Well, I'm trying to make money for the trip and then make money to move. That's our main
Dude,
goal.
your
Our
trip
main
is
focus.
okay. Can we talk about your trip because you're supposed to leave like in a week? You said
Like in the 12th, so that's like 2 weeks or so.
that's 4
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, definitely 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Is that it's not 4 weeks, is it?
That's 4 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, it's 4 weeks then. Whatever.
As the crow
It's the
flies.
17th. It's like 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 weeks. You're gonna head towards Ohio.
We're gonna head towards Ohio to the National.
Why
Sports
don't
Card
you reach
Convention.
out to your viewers and be like, "Hey, you got a place to stay?" And then you can just like,
How to get
That's how
molested
Kevin
101.
does it because Kevin wants the curriculars. We just want to sleep.
the curriculars, not the extracurriculars.
That's the elective he's signing up for, folks.
It's like, you're getting the full Commonwealth if we stop by.
Gosh.
No, so you were, but you're not going to Ohio first. I was giving you an
No,
opportunity
we are
to
going.
talk a little bit more about your trip.
Okay, so the trip we're going to Illinois. Illinois is where Dawn
What's
is from.
in Illinois?
That
Oh,
is
Dawn's family?
where Dawn's dad's from. So Dawn has her dad's ashes, and we're gonna drop some
okay.
about in the area where he grew up, and then
Okay.
we're gonna spend some time with her brother and sister-in-law and stuff, and then we're gonna go to the National Card Convention where me, Jimmy, and Tim over the years are gonna be hanging out for like 5 straight days doing cards and stuff, trying to.
Jimmy's
see
going to
if
be there
Gary-
the whole time?
Yeah, I got Jimmy Media Pass. He's gonna come in and he might help me film
Nice.
a little bit.
Oh,
and then,
you got those special contacts that I was being ripped on earlier for,
dude,
that I don't have.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
dude, you got to take advantage of what little cred you have.
And then you
know?
meet us in Crossville, which is
Yeah,
where
then
we're
I'm gonna be in
picking everyone.
Crossville.
We are going to be in Crossville, picking in Crossville.
We're gonna be in
Allegedly.
Crossville. We're doing an
All
event
pickers
that I
should
think is
be in
the only.
Crossville.
Yeah, that is the only event going on in Crossville, I believe, at that time, and it's a.
And that
You
is
don't
the
even have
best
to buy a
place to
ticket. You
pick.
can just show up.
Crossville is where it's at. All pickers head there. We will probably
Everybody
show up.
go to
You might not see
Crossville,
us.
where
We're very
we will
quick.
be.
You know,
All
we're
3 of
sneaky.
us will be there in spirit.
somewhere, somewhere in Crossville, we will be picking as well. and
Yeah,
it
we're going to
will
be in a
not
very
be-
secret location. We cannot discuss it.
Exactly. And
Speaking
then
of, I got to send y'all a bill here pretty quick. I'm gonna
for
listen.
what?
Cash.
Hey, don't rush.
Don't rush.
Yeah,
all
take
right.
your time.
I wouldn't want Perry to have to withdraw from PayPal without waiting 2 days. I'll give you 2 days in advance.
Listen, if you want the payment within 90 days, we're going to deduct 3%.
Oh, give me a break, guys. I pay you guys quick. You know, I'm pretty good with that. I'm not that bad.
I should probably pay you guys. Do I owe you money yet?
Yeah,
Not
that's
yet.
the
Not
real
until,
thing.
like,
When
the
Dave's like,
21st,
hey, can I just
22nd.
pay you in another time? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
You made
That's
Perry.
okay.
You made $2.50 on dividends.
Listen, can we talk
See,
about
yeah.
the Trash to Cash Orlando Bash 2.0?
No.
Yes.
Like, if we did it, Kevin, you'd show up,
Because
right?
me and Dave are going to be
We'll
in the
be
area.
there. We'll be there. We're talking
just
another
come down.
winter thing. Like next, a lot of time to plan. Right? We do like February. People have plenty
loved
of
that it was in
time.
January. They loved
do it in
We
February.
got a
Do it in
lot of
February.
positive from that. Yeah.
No, well, that's
Do
why
it
I want to move it to
For
February.
Valentine's.
Harry
Make it
Tornado
romantic.
couldn't bring people to this event.
Yeah.
Harry
I mean, Harry Tornado was there,
Yeah,
like
yeah, but
giving miniature
listen,
golf lessons with
But
Haley.
I feel like there was a lot of positive buzz about it, and people are going to be like, well, I don't want to miss the second one.
And we
It
haven't
was
done one.
fun.
We
I
usually
gotta
do
give-
them
I
like
gotta
every
say
like
that.
6 months, it feels like, and we haven't. I think we're building up the anticipation.
But
Yeah.
this time it's going to be full educational with panels
Yeah, no, we're
and
going
instruction,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's an
We're not going to tell you what the panels are about until you're there.
Can I tell you, like, if I were to title,
String 101, yeah.
if I were to title a picker video "Attack of the No Pants Bandit," do you think that would do well or poorly?
Poorly.
But what if
I
I
think it'll do
really
well.
want to title a video "Attack of the No Pants Bandit"?
I
Just
had
do
a video
it,
like
man.
that. I wanted to title it, and y'all like told me that, and you're like, no, and I'm
I
like,
think-
I don't care. I'm doing it anyways, and it
And was it
failed,
a-
and I
a
don't remember
failure?
what it was. It was.
Was it
bad.
the one where you were the Karen one where we told you not to do it? and you
No,
just
it was
insisted?
something.
We think that
It was
using
something
Karen
else.
in a derogatory fashion is very offensive. So
Yeah,
maybe
we-
not.
Paul had a
believe that,
Karen
Kevin.
video that hit like 500,000 or something.
Recently.
No,
Was it
well,
hit?
Dude, I
Let
don't
me guess.
think
He
it's-
was
I
the
don't
Karen.
think it's-
My guess is he was the Karen.
I
Yeah.
really don't think the Karen stuff's hitting like it was before. I really
Yeah, I
don't
think
it is.
Karens are like. I think it's like on the. What's the new Karen though? That's the real cool. Like
But dude,
for
if you
our
want, let's
content.
not. No, we're not going to go into this because in our most recent secret episode, we primarily talked about baby names throughout the
Yes,
ages.
it's a
and
very
that's-
important thing. You guys got to go join that.
We
It's-
discussed the rise and fall of the name Karen and Kevin and so on and so forth.
Yes.
So if you want to,
And we also
about
talked
baby
about
names-
mental health, which kind of fits
Yeah.
seamlessly into that episode.
Exactly.
Mental
So if
health
you-
and the rise and fall. The
Yeah,
decline
what
of
the
baby
heck?
names.
That kind of scared me a little bit. That was a weird title. I have not listened to that one yet, but I've listened to everyone up to that point, so I'm getting caught.
we need to have you on a show.
We
'cause then
honestly
can
didn't
actually
talk
get
too
some
much about mental
subscribers.
health. We just.
You know what? The only reason I'm on this show right here, right now, as we speak, is because I don't want to be on those shows. And I'm like, this would normally be a week. I'd be like, I need to take this week off. Y'all need to find a guest. But I'm like, oh, that's not good because they're doing these episodes
We're
and
already
these
doing a
episodes,
lot,
and I'm
yeah.
not going to be on either. of
We're-
them.
Kevin's
bringing
trying
a
to figure
lot
out a
of
way to stay in the money, but out of the videos, which I respect. I respect that, honestly. It's a very Kevin move. And I
Can I
It's
tell
a
you some
it's a
people-
balance.
Can I tell you about some people?
It is. I don't do anything on Dibdit, so I guess I owe you, honestly.
Can you
So
tell?
there
Can
you
I tell
go.
you about some people that I respect? There's a few people that I
Who?
really respect.
Oh.
Gem
Mhm.
Flipper, Who Ate
I
My
love Gem
Chips,
Flipper.
Buffing the
Ate
Stuff,
My
Craig
Chips.
McLaughlin, Biggs Collectibles,
Craig.
Alexandria Pickers, Jake Ryder, CJ Benz
Alexandria,
Finds,
that's in Virginia.
The Flipper Skipper, Lady Arbitrage, No Nose Pickers, Brian
Lady
Sampor,
Arbitrage.
Beal, Harry Tornado, Superhero Headquarters, Mike Camparelli, Vintage Sports Flips, Paulsmerch.com, ABC Matt, Raise Heck Resell, and the Estate of Logan Murky. All of them.
R.I.P. Logan Murphy.
Thank you. Thank you for being
Do
members.
not cancel the credit card.
Thank you for being. It's good to laugh at your own joke. Thank you for being members at the Wealthy as a Kevin tier or higher. We appreciate you. Carrie is about to make new videos for paulsmerch.com
We
and
got
Mike
new people.
Camparelli, Harry Tornado, Lady Arbitrage,
Hey.
Jake Ryder, Biggs Collectibles,
Are-
and Gem Flipper. All about to get motivated.
Are we going to do a
next week.
live? Are we going to do a Trash to Cash live? We need to do a Trash to Cash live from wherever we're going to be.
Wherever we're-
Crossville.
From Crossville, Tennessee.
Crossville,
at the Buc-ee's.
Tennessee,
Yeah,
live from
let's do
Crossville,
it.
Tennessee.
Live from Crossville. We should
We'll
just run
title
with
it
that.
that.
We're there the whole time. Though, live
We
from
should say
Crossville.
live from
We should do
Crossville. I
it
love it.
right when another
Like the
event's
Walmart
happening.
in Crossville. And people will be driving there like, I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. We'll do it. We should do a live before then. But yeah, we should do a live. Yeah.
We
Guys,
should just
if
do
you
a
want-
live when we're driving somewhere, Dave, like me and you did, and
Oh,
like you had no, we
Yeah,
had no
that was fun.
reception.
Although you guys made money on that. That was
Listen,
You're
impressive.
welcome.
If you guys want access to the secret episodes and our Discord, and you could like just get more in touch with us and join our Patreon or our YouTube memberships. Either of them will get you both those little bonuses. So cheers to you.
Yeah.
Hey,
it just costs money.
Paige gave us a bolo.
Money's just an illusion.
Mm-hmm. What did Paige say?
I talked about the Joyce Meyer stuff I was getting ripped on. He said the Joyce Meyer electronic cube clock thing is $100 bolo.
Blow?
I was hiccuping. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. He's thinking of $100 worth of blow?
Yeah.
That's not much blow, Kevin.
Nipples on your heels. Dave, well played.
Yeah, I remember that. That's pretty good.
Very good.
It was good. It was like reminiscent.
I never remember anything we say in the podcast. Since this is coming out tomorrow, I might remember some of it.
Ah, here we go. I like this.
I got called an ageist. I got called an ageist in my cooking video.
It was because of all the ageism you were doing.
It wasn't ageism. Okay, so it's like this cottage cheese flatbread recipe. And I talked about how I've always kind of been like grossed out by cottage cheese, like just a gross looking food.
Cottage cheese.
And it's not that's the flavor, just like the look of it. It's very chunky and white and slimy. It's just a gross looking food,
dude.
Right?
Just coming from the guy that ate that stuff on Taco Bell on the show last week.
Dude, that looked like a Cheez-It. It was amazing.
The worst part is it was an hour and a half later and you took another bite. That was the gross part.
That was disgusting. That was vomit-inducing.
I'm pretty sure you... Yeah.
No, so I was talking about my old cooking teacher who was like very old, and I said she was like 92, and it used to kind of gross me out when she would shovel cottage cheese down her face.
Why was she shoveling cottage cheese down her face when you were around? That's not like she was just like eating it all the time.
It wasn't. If I hadn't said the 92 years old thing, maybe I wouldn't.
The
have been called
visuals
an
there
because that was just a fact.
You think of because like I immediately think of Kevin shoveling cottage dentures removed, which is the real Kevin, just shoveling cottage cheese in.
My mom, whenever we had cottage cheese, my mom had peaches too, and that's easy on the gums.
To peaches,
so maybe that's why.
And Kevin does have soft teeth and sensitive gums, so it does make
Heather
sense.
Brooks says, I was watching your podcast while listening last night, and my husband said, where's the fourth guy? I'm like, what?
Who's the fourth guy?
He goes, Joe. He thought you guys were the Impractical Jokers.
I love it. I love it. They called me Sal. I feel like I'm Sal.
He said, yeah, that Kevin, let's see. He said, yeah, that's Kevin. Q is Dave, and Sal is Carrie.
I like it.
Which my daughter
this
likes.
Is all meaningless to me.
You don't know Impractical Jokers? I feel like you would like Impractical Jokers.
Hey,
dude.
There's a strange little connection right there. Winnie Cooper was on an episode of Impractical Jokers with Murr. That was a hilarious episode.
Dude, and freaking what's his name? Kevin? What's the kid from
Fred Savage.
Fred Savage. He sells on eBay.
Does he?
I don't know. I'm just trying to connect everything.
The mom in Breaking Bad, Skylar, she sells on eBay for the first few episodes. She's talking about things she sold on eBay.
Yeah.
So that's, and she's like one of the most hated characters.
What you learn from Breaking Bad, and this is a good lesson, if you want to make real money, you get into drugs.
Well, listen, Carrie, drugs are bad.
No, they are bad, objectively. I've never done it, but I'm saying, like, that's what they teach you in that video. Is it not true? In that TV show, that is the moral of that. Quit eBay.
That is.
And then just destroy everything around you. That's also part of it.
Become a baddie.
Yeah.
Carrie, did you go sourcing other than cards?
Did I?
Yeah.
Good one. No.
Nice.
No.
But
I need to go sourcing. I've been going to the thrift store a couple times a week at least.
I think it's kind of good that we don't all source at the same time of year. So Kevin can tell his sourcing story where he refuses to tell us what he bought. Really a good story, Kevin, when he refused to tell us
whatever. I paid $5 for it, though. That was cool. And I couldn't find a comp for it. It was one of those that you just, there's like, I can't find a comp for
Can you at least tell us like the folksy name you're going to give the episode? Like Fire on a Wire, Garbage on a something? Or...
I don't know, but I've never seen this. So it was an estate sale. It was run by the family, and not every tag, but a lot of tags. Like there's this one bin, and it says this. Inside this bin lies the most amazing down comforter in the history of the world, and then it put a price on it, and I'm like, I've got to look at this down comforter. It was not that good.
And was it amazing?
No, it was just a brown down comforter. Like what? Anyway, and then like
they were salesmen.
Yeah, it was funny. She was hilarious. That's gonna be a good video. I like that. Drifted Spirit, Kev can get back at Graham's taking his swingers to her escape room. That's pretty good.
Kevin, that's, you're really reading a lot of comments.
Well, I don't have notes. I didn't even want to be on this episode.
Can you tell me, like, what is it? Do you know how to spot the riptide?
I think so. Isn't it where there's no waves coming in?
Yeah, it's where there's no. And what do you do if you get caught in the riptide, Kevin? You need to know
that. Accept your fate.
You swim sideways.
Correct. Yes, you parallel to the beach, and then once you're out of it, you can swim out. If you try to swim, you're going to run out of energy and you're going to drown, and no one wants that, Kevin. Okay. No one wants that.
Are you wearing your waders, Kevin? Are you wearing your waders when you go out in the ocean, bud?
2 shark attacks in Florida over the last 2 weeks, Carrie. So just, be
I'm not scared of sharks. I feel like I would do well with sharks. They don't scare me.
I did boogie board.
I feel like they're misunderstood, and if you're gentle, they'll be gentle back.
Yeah, gentle to the shark. Like, what are you,
if they come up to you, you don't freak out. You just give it a piece of tuna or something. I don't know that you got to carry tuna with you, I guess.
Hey, we got a new review over on the podcast on the actual iTunes section. Yeah.
That's a
Mr.
treat.
Florida Flipper.
Oh, this
5
is going to be
stars.
Good.
5 stars. Wait, there's a requirement for us. 5 stars to shout out my YouTube channel.
Wait, he already gave us the 5 stars. He screwed up the whole transaction.
We don't got to do anything, bro. It's ours now.
It's done, dude. You got to talk to us beforehand.
His YouTube channel is
Bearded
Mr.
Limoncello?
Florida. Well, he gets to that. I have a little dyslexia, maybe. YouTube channel is Mr. Florida Flipper. Limoncello beards, Commonwealth shills, NC Piggies, and Carrie the American Mormon. This show has it all. The amount of times I've bursted out laughing at work is embarrassing. This show is 5 stars. Mr. Commonwealth is a antique of knowledge. He is an antique. That's true. ADH Dave is a reseller friend we all need, and Carrie is the guy you want to have a drink with. But it has to be.
Everybody
wants
to drink with me. I don't even drink.
But it has to be a Dr. Pepper Zero, he said.
I
love the show. Guys, you inspire me to continue to be a mediocre reseller. Watched episodes 1 through 50 so far. Can't wait to catch up on all of them. We encourage you all to do that.
Dude, rewatch and talk about it amongst yourself.
Because of Kevin, thanks to the great podcast. Subscribe to all the content. P.S. #HornyTornado.
I stopped saying that when he said he didn't like that. So I stopped because out of respect.
Yeah. Well, me and Carrie were talking about this, Kevin, the secret episodes, right? Okay, so we're providing some extra content for free. Mostly because me and Carrie
for free, except for the charge. After the charge, 100% free.
After the charge, once you pay the charge, it becomes free.
Everything is free after the money exchange.
Once you give us money, it becomes free.
I love that thought, though.
We were talking about the secret episodes. Okay, there's a point where all of you, all 5,000 of whatever that are watching this episode, are going to be like, "Dang." There's 28 hour and a half episodes that I could go watch right now that I've never seen. That's like
for low costs for $10.
Like you got to do it.
Forever.
Not even a month.
You have to commit to forever. Like Logan Merkey is not getting out of this. His estate cannot figure a way out of this.
This is what you do, Carrie. You tell them you pay for the 1 month, the $10. You listen to them all. And then you cancel, and then hopefully they forget to cancel. That's kind of the
no,
trick
or they just are so addicted to the just
they
the
want
fact
the new
that
episodes.
We somehow talk less about reselling on that.
Yeah, it's not about reselling much at all. It is actually. We always do talk reselling. But there's also a little more.
There might be a
leeway.
30-minute deep dive into baby names in the history.
Our most educational episode ever is a secret episode with Tech and Sports.
That is true.
That
was the most
educational.
That was.
Yeah.
Was my favorite. Although Dan in Demand was pretty. That was close second.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
I'm just glad we got him. He's so in demand.
I'm an OJ. Okay, there's this other one. Wait, no, what? Dude, there's only 1 review this year, guys. Come on, get over to iTunes.
Go on the Apple.
Get over to iTunes.
You've already sold it.
Apple.
Now you know that we'll shout out your YouTube channel or Instagram.
Yeah, we will shout out. But you have to ask nice. You can't make it. You can't commit us to a deal before we've actually known that we're going to be in the deal, like Florida Flips, which I will follow them on YouTube.
Well, no,
maybe.
I don't know. I don't know if we ever read this review. Someone with the username Trash to Cash is depressing. So they literally created the account just to be mean. Literally.
I respect
you
it. I honestly respect the hustle.
1 star. No. If you're looking for a reseller podcast that talks about reselling, this is not the podcast for you. Well, that's true. That should be 5 stars. That's
exactly.
That's correct.
When did we propose a different plan? When did we lead you astray?
Yeah, somehow you got confused about.
You got confused by the fact that you listened to our podcast and thought it was something else.
Listen, guys, you don't even need to write, but you need to help our average rating. Okay, so let's see if we can get it up to a 4.7. We're at a 4.6. If everyone goes in there, if we get it up to a 4.7. Then if we get up to 4.7 by August, Kevin will lift his shirt and show all the nipples.
Yeah. I actually wore this shirt because this shirt shows. It shows it a little bit.
Nip. It shows two
Kevin
of them.
wears it to the beach. He wears that in a sundress. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I want to read more comments just to piss Dave.
Well, read more comments, buddy.
I know why Kevin likes Dwight Yoakam. It's because he's 1,000 miles from nowhere.
That makes no sense to me. I love all the comments Kevin reads make no sense to me. I feel like so stupid when he reads comments.
The egg guy, whatever, Dwight Yoakam.
It's one of his most favorite songs, or most famous songs. Nissan Cube, don't knock it until you try it.
I feel like if you're driving around in a Nissan Cube, you've made some choices in your life. I'm not saying they're negative or positive, but you've made some definitive, very rigid choices.
I got a neutral feedback today.
Oh, I had a little eBay story too. What's your neutral feedback?
Large lot of 75 hero clicks. Okay, I sold 75 hero clicks. Large lot.
What is a hero click?
Dude, you don't know what hero clicks are? They're like
it's like a folk menace.
Like they're exactly like a folk menace. If you try hard enough, you could stick your hand inside it.
No, it's just like a
little figure to like a board game style card game, basically. Yeah.
Anyways,
they're figures.
The feedback neutral, and the writing that they put was everything came as is.
That sounds pretty good. That sounds the opposite of neutral.
It's not bad. It's like not good either. It's just it came as is. It's just as it was. It came.
All right.
That.
I had a little neutral feedback too. That was ridiculous. So
I don't want to. Would you request a revision or you leave it? I'm gonna leave it because if I ask him to revise,
here's my top. Just so you know how good we are at eBay. This is the first one that comes up. Great used Red Sox cap to add to my vast collection. Cap is in great condition and I received a great price on it. Shipping was reasonable and the cap was packaged very well in a box. It arrived on time. I love it. A plus seller.
Package got here like promised. Decent condition, but I didn't realize I couldn't play it on the GameCube's Game Boy player. But it's not the sender's fault at all, so I'm just going to see if I have a friend who has a Game Boy that I can give it to. Still cool, though. Neutral feedback. Not the seller's fault, neutral feedback.
It's kind of messed up.
Now, who does it?
I should read a neutral.
How many people out there try to fix their... Jeez. Obviously, I don't have
no pants, folks. I told you, no pants. You saw it. That was your chance. Go rewind it. We saw Mr. Winky.
I did that.
Go tune into the YouTube video.
We saw the Commonwealth Pecker. We did.
That I was on another podcast. Did you see that?
No. Kevin,
which one were you on?
Even though I told you that I was going to be and asked you maybe to help me out and be there. No, I was on Buck Mountain Barn.
Sounds like a swinger podcast.
Did a whole hour and 45 minutes over there for free.
I did have someone.
I'll have to go look. I didn't even know that was a channel.
Do you know they can put pictures in your reviews on eBay now? Like they can.
You could put actual pictures on your eBay listing?
Yes, I think I did know that, but I didn't remember it. So thanks for telling me.
Look, like this guy, he gave me a feedback carry, and it actually has.
Feet?
Wait, where is it? Feedback profile. Look at this.
Feedback.
There's actually a picture that you could totally troll people and put feet pics or butt pics. You see that?
Yeah,
it's like this is the second DVD player I've purchased like this one. I've been very satisfied with the model. You click his DVD player and some anime girls next to it, and that's the DVD player I sent. I didn't know you could.
Where's
do that.
your video?
Interesting.
I'm trying to find Kevin's video.
We could advertise. We could everything we
Kevin's
buy.
Video?
Buck Mountain Barn.
Just put my logo, ADH Dave.
Well, I see that, but he had
instead.
somebody else on, but I don't see you. Old school. Oh, there we go. Commonwealth. Oh, wow. Look at that. 6 days ago, dude. Wow.
Well, I don't do live.
I forgot to listen. What podcast was he on?
That stuff.
He was on Pickin' and Grinnin' at the bar with special guest Commonwealth Daddy.
Is that the one I went on?
No.
You might have. Did you? They had the Poducker on.
Grinnin' at the bar. We're going to pull this up.
Grams and Pops was on there? Wow.
There you go.
I've never once
Roy
been invited.
Clark, Roger Miller,
I wasn't invited either. I was told I was going on by Death Pile Picker because he committed to them and then couldn't make his commitment for some family issues going on. So I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? You gave me a $200 ski. I guess I'll go on the show.
So all the free work he does for you wasn't enough? He had to give you more?
No, he already did that.
That's true.
So I felt obligated. He's a friend. No, I was going to do it.
Are you telling us you're not happy with your rod?
Oh,
I wish your rod was more dependable and reliable and useful.
My rod performs.
Well, your rod is not performing to its desired level.
Only about a third of the people are watching at this point. So this is it's only about 15. Well, no, the podcast is probably about 3,000 listeners at this point.
How many people are working right now that are listening to this, or do you think they've just given up?
A lot.
No,
I think a lot
working.
of people.
Yeah, no, they're working. To this. They're mostly working and wishing that we would just shut up.
No, maybe they want us to continue on for another hour because we're so entertaining.
We are very entertaining, but we're not going to continue on.